Alrighty, happy weekend, at least to me. Today we've got shrugs, single arm shrugs. We'll work in some kind of carry type stuff with really grip. Gonna try and just kind of pro and supinate the 5 pound club. And then we've got some bird or bear dogs. With my wrists feeling better, we'll probably be able to get into some bears. This is the last workout I had written. So I need to get my act together and finish putting together this new program. This new program may still end up having as many workouts, but what might end up changing is that there's going to be more consistency between the lifts. So I still got to do some kind of pruning and selection. I might do some testing here to see what I do and don't like. Isn't that right, Mr. Bones? But we'll see how that goes. In the interim, I'm just going to do some stuff that I know that I've needed to do, like some mobility work. I have not done my kettlebell chop variations, and I felt like those were helpful to me. And just kind of get back to some basics that ultimately will be, hello sir, that will be involved in the future workout, but just not at the present moment. Yes, sir. Let's see, where's your mousey? You got a mousey? I think you got a mousey somewhere. You want to say hello to the folks? Who's that? That's right. Oh, all right. All right, so we're starting off with these shrugs. Bringing out the big boy. One of the other things I'm planning on also changing is apparently my depth of my voice is trying to stick in a ballpark 10 rep range, 8 to 12 reps for all of my lifts. So I just did, I think, about 14, 15 reps of shrugs. Which isn't a bad thing, but so I might end up moving up to the sandbag for shrugs in terms of just trying to have a relatively consistent weight that still challenges me, maybe gives me a little bit more of that hypertrophy stimulus. Like right now, I'm finishing up this strength cycle, and it just kind of beats the crap out of me. And it's kind of time consuming, and that if my lifts aren't and my setup isn't just perfect, I end up missing reps. So and this is where it's like, oh, I started with the 5 pounder, didn't get much in the way of fatigue, so I'll probably switch to the 15 pounder and get into just kind of choke up on it to find a decent challenge. But yeah, going back to that whole setup discussion where I think I benched, and it's like the first set I hit 4, which I was fine with because the goal was 5 reps total, and I was benching my 5 rep max. I'm like, okay, cool. I hit 4, take a little rest, save a little juice for the second, for the other 2 sets. So then on the second set, my technique or my setup wasn't as good, so I only got 2 reps. So, and again, just like warming up to the point of being able to lift these weights is just kind of time consuming. So, but I am gonna end up pushing to 405. Those are my thoughts. Basically shooting for higher rep ranges, with an emphasis on good stability and maybe some hypertrophy. So, I know one of the exercise category that's definitely going to take a hit is accessories. I'm going to plan on doing more rowing and pull-up variations, so my biceps are going to grow. I'm going to plan on doing more overhead presses, push-ups, dips. So, all right, long story short, my triceps are going to get a decent amount of work. I'm trimming up some of the grip work where, like, as much fun as this pronation supination thing is, I don't think it's really worth the while, considering again I can work pronation, supination, and neutral with my pulling work. Come on, bitch. Oh. So, it ended up, I would love to do more hammer work. Possibly the season for going outside has ended as we approach the 90 degree weather, but we'll see. I wanted to get back out there for some like maybe homemade TRX workouts. You know, some suspension training. Hey. No fucking scratching. You need to scratch enough. I need to get the hammer out there so I can actually get into some swings and other more kind of dynamic movements that I'd be concerned about putting a hole in my ceiling. Alright, we got one more round. And we'll go from there. God damn it, cat. Yes, sir. Go play with your mouse. Go play with all your toys. So, I've considered maybe eliminating the accessory category altogether, just to put shrugs into carries, because it's a suitcase hold with a movement. Right, like I feel my whole opposite side just kind of kick in for that stability. So, started off with about 15 reps about, tapered down to 12. So I'm happy somewhere between 70 and 100 pounds for shrugs. The bird dog, especially the bear dog variation, get about 12 in 30 seconds. That's a fine number. Sure, I got about 8 reps out of the pronation, supination. But if I had to be honest, I'd rather just learn some flows that don't involve getting the hammer up overhead and just kind of practicing that rather than working this here. All right, final set of bear dogs, and we'll go from there. Oh, that was going to be the additional topic, but I'm not going to be able to talk here in a second. Hey. Mr. Bones looks still like plastic, so we gotta yell at him. Alright, so we're gonna end up adding in some rotational type things with these next workout. So it might not just be like a split squat, but a split squat with rotation, or a split squat, or a kneeling overhead press with rotation, that kind of thing. Just so we can include some rotational components and do something a little different. Cool, well, that's it for me. If you did what I did today, great. If you did your own thing, great. If you're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you, that's what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So, good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.